sent him a message? Oh, sorry.
I already, yes. Yes, I did. I love you.
I'm going to close your door.
Okay.
You too, Steve.
Hello. My name is Heather Aston, and this is my channel, TT's Trinkets and Treasures. If this is the first time that you've stumbled across one of my videos on this little corner of the World Wide Web, known as YouTube, welcome. I'm so excited to have you here. I hope you'll find this video informative and entertaining enough that you'll want to hit that subscribe button, change the notification bell to all so that you never miss the release of one of my new videos. If you are a returning viewer, I treasure you all. I hope that you'll all take a second to hit that like button and consider joining the channel for $9.99 a month. You get 10% off of any live sales, auctions, or personal shopping that I do for you, as well as I'm going to start doing a members only video, maybe live. I haven't decided yet. Once a week, but it helps out the channel a lot. I hope that you guys are enjoying everything that we're doing here tonight. As you saw from the little thumbnail, I am going to be taking beads from the May bargain bead box as well as the June bargain bead box and put them together to create a cohesive jewelry set. Now, I don't know if you saw the little thing down at the bottom, but it's not just me getting up to the beading shenanigans tonight. I have a special guest, Beth Ballou, in the house with me. So everybody please give her a warm welcome. I'm going to do it that way. There we go. I'm so happy you're here again. I've got to apologize for my little flub on Thursday. I misunderstood. I thought you were going to text me. It was
A problem. I know you did. You did it to protect me because you knew how I was feeling. That was the day I found out about surgery and blah, blah, blah.
Yes. So, but now it was an excuse to have her come on live with me tonight. So, of course, I took advantage of the situation to bring her here to see all of you. So, let's say hello to Lynn and Rosanna. Barbara is here. Georgina and Tina. Hello. Oh, there's an echo. There's no echo here. Do you hear an echo? That is so weird. I don't understand how we have an echo. We're in two different places.
No.
Is it echoing that bad? Or is it like a little echo?
My sausages.
Do you have two,
Nope.
you only have it open on that one screen?
Yep, let me just go double check my phone. It's in the other room and make sure it's off.
Okay. Hopefully we'll get this figured out so that she can stay with me. We can answer some questions. But I am going to be taking beads. I think Lauren is just in a pink era, which I'm all about. I'm loving all of the colors. It's been a lot of fun. I've been like fiddling around with them some and just taking the chance to have extra reasons to design with both. So I think they go together beautifully. What do you guys think? Have you been thinking about mixing the two boxes? What you have left of your beads from June or from May and throwing them in with your beads from June? Because I think they go together beautifully. The darker strawberry quartz picks up the beautiful darker pink in the beads, and if you get like a lighter colored leopard skin jasper, you can mix it with the cherry quartz and everything looks good. Looks like Beth is trying to get everything shut off so it doesn't echo.
It's not. I don't have any volume on.
So you just have YouTube opened on one thing. Okay, I'm not sure why. Oh, you hadn't thought of it? Yeah, they go together beautifully. I can try to, just,
Something else.
okay.
Is that better?
It'll take a second for them to answer, but we can. No, it's still echoing, Rosanna said.
Okay, hold on.
Let me mute mine so that you can like talk about the different marketing things that you were wanting to do. I don't understand, you only have one device, so I don't get why it's echoing. I'm gonna have to ask Becky and Jenny because the two of them could be sitting side by side, have 4 camera angles, and do just fine. So, because the two of them could be sitting side by side, have 4 camera angles, and do just fine.
Is it still echoing now? Is it still echoing now?
Yeah, it is. We'll power that device off. Yeah, it is.
Okay. I'm gonna turn. No, I'm gonna turn my iPad off and try it on the phone.
Okay, sounds good. I was going to try Jenny's double beaded bail tonight, and I chickened out. Only because I'd rather do it in a recorded video so that if I screw it up, that just never goes out. But it is coming. I have the project, I've got the beads all laid out, and so I'm just trying to get it to where it'll be, I don't know what the word is. I don't know, just as a safety net, I guess. What about you, Rosanna? You have to get your tablet far away from your phone. Yeah, that's why I was asking her to shut it off altogether. Here, let me go ahead while she's figuring that out. So, what I was seeing was like if you pull out the strawberry quartz, it pulls the reds out more. They go together just beautifully. So if you have beads left over from last month, and then of course, if I pull out my pretties from Bernie's, it has all of those like burgundy striations in it that just look like glitter was like captured in a rock. And so then you put those two together, and they go together quite nicely. So I'm excited to get to play with everything, but tonight I'm going to grab I'm trying to decide if I want to do the nuggets. I also found these that I didn't know I had, but now I know I have them, and I'm excited about it because I'll use those too. Let me see. I don't have that right here. I think I want to start with the necklace, so I need to get some beading wire out. Sorry, I have my foot up on the chair, so every time I need to move, I have to take it down, and it's just being a pain. We'll just grab some soft Lex real quick. And I'm gonna pull off enough for a long necklace. And if I decide not to do a full long necklace, then I'll have wire left over for my bracelet and earrings. So, for the focal, why am I blanking on what the focal for this box was? I have to be missing something. Oh my goodness. How am I forgetting what the focal for this box was? I don't know. I can't think what it was, but it's okay because I have plenty of the leopard skin jasper that I can play with. I'm going to go ahead and put this in my typical window so you guys can see better. Why can I not remember what the focal for this month is? That's going to bug the heck out of me. Okay, let's see. What do we want to use? Okay, I definitely want to pull these out because there's a lot of... Read my comments. For which? You use the focal for Serengeti and 2 necklaces. Yeah. For the, for this box. June's box. I don't know why I'm blanking, but I'm absolutely blanking on what it was. Because this is the strawberries, but I have my red jasper and my black and white seed beads. Oops, I'm way too far up. Pixie, why are you like that? Stay right there, please. Thank you, sir. Man. Oh, duh! Yes. I have plenty. Thank you. Man, I feel like... Oh my goodness. How did I space that? Okay. So we have our... I get 2 boxes for design purposes, so I have plenty to work with. You know what? Maybe we should do like a mini collar necklace. Not with like all silver ones, but... Are you back, babe? I'm not sure if she can hear me or not.
I turned my volume down.
Okay. Is there still an echo with her? I was thinking maybe we could do like a small mini fan piece. Like that. Then we can save the rest with it.
And there's still an echo. And I saw a thing that said if there's an echo coming in the StreamYard to use headphones, so next time I'll use headphones. In the meantime, I'll keep my mouth shut.
Okay, honey. Actually, I think I want a bit longer one for in the middle. Yeah. Okay, because you know I have the other thing planned with the little silver ones. But if we take these ones and we go and grab some of our leopard skin jasper. I'm looking for just... Or even just these from the mix that we got. I can't remember if this was the companion bundle or not, but they had these little like gray, like peach. We've had them from them before. They just named it the Safari Mix. So we have those. I'm gonna pull out the gray, and then we could even take. I think I'm gonna start with the crystals, and then I'll bring more beads up. So let's go ahead and string this on. So we're going to start with one of the gray faceted cubes. And if it gets to the point where it looks like Pixie is too far or too close to the mat and I'm not staying on frame, please let me know. And babe, if you want to message Kim, you can. She popped on earlier and said she'd see me later, but the time zone still got her. In case you guys weren't on with me live, but I'm having problems, like you're not sure how to enter the giveaway, I did do a screen share on my earlier live where I went step by step what you need to do in order to post your pieces. I'm thinking these are a little bit small for these cubes. I think I'm gonna go and grab some bigger ones because I think that it will look nicer if they're just a tad bit longer. And these are so beautiful. I'm definitely going to be ordering more if they have more, because I have said that I wanted to keep the two longest ones out to make like really dramatic earrings, but now with these sitting here, if you're not into the whole fan thing, are you seeing what's happening? You just keep adding and you go up and around. You can make yourself a flower using them, and you could just like do alternate between the large and the small, and it would look really cool. But let's see here. Okay, I think I'm going to take this one and those two. Or do I need the really long one for the center? I need like the second to the smallest ones. There we go. I think this will look better. Yeah, I think that's what I want to go for. I know I have a whole bunch of other really gorgeous photos that will work this way, but I'm wanting to do as much of this from the bargain bead box rather than adding in. And you know what? I have these in smaller round crystals that I could do down on the bail. I literally just had them. They're not exactly the same, but they're close. And I actually have them in two separate sizes, so we can decide which looks better. I think it's probably going to be the smaller one. That's not. No, I don't like the look of that. I think I'm going to put some seed beads in between them instead, and then we can carry the other beads up. Like I said, I'm trying to stick to the bargain bead box. Preferably this one, but seed beads hardly count, right? I have these two beautiful colors. This is like the coppery brown color. It's so pretty. And then this one is just crystal with copper lined in between. It looks so pretty and brings out the other colors within the stone. And we will see. You might just do a pattern in between them. So let's start with one of the side pieces. And then I'm going to go the crystal, then the copper, the like really coppery brown, and then the crystal. And then we'll put our center focal on, like so. Oh, that might not have been enough to get it to fan. Okay. Maybe it is. I've never made a necklace like this before. So when I saw the focal on the sneak preview, I was like excited and terrified all at the same time. Because I was afraid that I wouldn't be, like I wouldn't know how to design with them. Yeah, those are a little too close. So let's take the two side pieces off. And we'll just add another darker seed bead. And then another lighter seed bead. And then we can put this back on. And see how it looks. Now, that's much better. Okay. That's an easy fix. It just wasn't draping correctly. Come on. See, this is why I don't use seed beads. I was playing around with this with some of these last night. Man, it was a good thing I wear glasses. They were pinging off my glasses like you wouldn't believe. Okay, there. We've got our center. And I think I want to put the smallest ones on as well. I think I'm just going to go for it. I know it's not the like 11, but this is really new to me. But I think I'm going to go ahead and just be brave and do it. If it looks bad, I can take it off. But you could make a flower with these. If they have these when they release, you need to move the camera a little bit. Okay, that's what I was afraid of. There we go. Much better. You can see all the beads on my map, but you can also see me better. I'm going to scooch this down a bit. You need to be straight, Pix. Okay, there we go. One, two. Okay, and then we're going to put the other on. And then I want to go straight in to, actually I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do one light and one dark and then start pulling in the other beads some. It's like these reds go so pretty with that. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Do, 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 do. And I'm going to be mindful and try to pick beads that have like the same red tones to them. But these go together very nicely. I like them a lot. And we could even, if I could get my bead in, or my wire in the bead, well, I'm going to do the same thing. Just going to do, oh, I didn't go back to light, which is what I want to do. Sorry, didn't mean to hit the camera. Yeah, that's what I want to do. And maybe we will switch it up like every other bead. Okay. I'm going to do my little cheat where I cut my beading wire at the very end at a slight angle. And just like, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Anybody has any tips versus practice, which is what I'm doing? I'd love to hear them. Becky flies at it. Sarah Lovecraft like, she can pick up beads so quickly. Okay, so then we're going to do, I'm kind of using the seed beads to mimic the, are you serious right now? Please just go on this darn wire. To mimic that, we're pulling in the darker leopard skin jasper and then the lighter cherry quartz. You could also do this with the strawberry quartz as well, because the strawberry quartz is going to look amazing with the leopard skin jasper. Like, I'm excited to play with it. So this might just be video one of a little series. Thankfully, I have 1 week left of the men's jewelry challenge. So you want to make sure that you get your pictures taken and uploaded. If you are sharing them anywhere else. Okay, so I have some faceted 8mm cherry quartz and some perfect. Yeah, I think I want to use those. I think that'll be really pretty. Yep, and then we'll just keep on with our pattern with the seed beads. So, in my live earlier, I had pre-made all but 2 of the links. And then I made the link twice on each project. What did you guys like that better? Do you like it more design on the fly? I think with the oh, come on, Heather, talk. With wire work, it is a lot better to have it prepped up ahead of time, because to sit there and wrap all of those, we would have, I mean, I could have done it, but we would have been there for 2 hours had I done it that way. Do you know Deb will not pick up beads like that? She says she has to pick them up with her fingers. I have to as well. You find it easier to generally pick time off the mat opposed to picking them up, especially if my nails are getting long. Yes. So simple yet unique. Love it. Thank you, Kim. That's awesome, Kim. I'm so glad that it went well for you. Yay. Well, guys, take that all as inspiration, because I know I'm gonna. I gotta get my butt to a show. Though it sounds like Beth and I are going to be doing one together this fall, which will be so much fun. She got invited to be a vendor at a dance event by, I believe, one of her former students or just a fellow teacher that she knew. Which is it, Beth? I think she's got her mic turned off. So she's not echoing. Yes, I'm loving that. And the space of the seed beads in between the larger 8mm beads creates a break for the eye when you're looking at the piece. So it doesn't look as heavy as as it would had I just strung all of the beads on top of each other. Now, there is nothing wrong if you like that. If you like a weightier necklace, you like more of a present, by all means, you can forego the seed beads or only use one in between. That's totally okay too. I prefer there to be some kind of like empty space when I'm using larger beads. We're coming to you. That's all I know. We gotta do that. But yes. We're finalizing everything as far as flights and stuff. That's what we still need to do. But the plan is to drive, for me to be at Beth's for a few days before, and then we will drive up to see you and go to Bead Fest and hang out and have wine-30 with you. After wine-30, Kim, is fun. She's always fun, but especially after wine-30. It's my favorite time to talk to her. But you better be ready to hear exactly what she thinks, because she'll tell you. It's so fun. I'm not like meaning like she's mean or anything. I'm just saying, like, if you ask her a question, you're gonna get the answer, which I love. But she's funny. We have fun. That's when the wall, exactly, I know. Yeah, I'm going, I don't know if you saw the unboxing the other day, but I'm going down to Bernie's. Delon has given me a budget and some, like, let me know which of the focals she liked and stuff, so I can make sure. And she liked the big rectangles, but she wants more of the stripes, which is cool. Because I love the stripes. The stripy ones. So yes. Hi, Michelle. How are you? So happy to have you. And I know that I combined day 13 and 14 in the men's design, but I've done several designs in every single one of the videos that I was like, ugh. But in case, because I said I would do so, here is the finished leather piece. Bracelet all the way down. This fits Steve perfectly. And then I did wrapped links in the copper, and this was just a straight copper bracelet. And like I was saying in that video, I had a lady see me with it at Bernie's and was like, oh my gosh, how did you make that? I gave her the tutorial, and she still came back later, was like, can I buy that for you from you for $40? And I was like, yes, you may. So, and then this is the other one that I did. I just used this bracelet bar that said freedom, and I did smaller. And then just to show if it's still right here, and I didn't lose it when I was setting up, I also did a little link in 22 gauge wire to show you how just changing that one thing made a big difference. You can see right here, this is 20 gauge wire. The antique bronze is 20 gauge wire, while the copper is 18 gauge wire. You can see the size difference. It's even more so when you take it down to 22. So if you're in that case, just the wire size change makes such a difference that it's really easy to take it from one to the other. I want people to walk away more confident from this challenge than they were in making men's jewelry when it started. That's my goal. I want you guys, and to let you know where you can get the best leather, which is Leather Cord USA. Their sale. What? Wait, what'd you say, babe? Oh, the bracelet bar? I must have missed that. I got it off of Amazon. So you can get a whole bunch of them. I have bracelet, I have wire and the letters that if there's something specific that you would like stamped that maybe you can't find online, let me know, because I have no problem stamping something out for you. But look online. You'll just want to go through and look at all the pictures and my daughter's going to help me do an Amazon storefront. We're gonna work on it a little bit while I'm there, and then she's like gonna finish, so then I can just send you guys to one link. You can go there and search for any of the stuff that I use during a live, but we're going to work on it. So yes, Chardonnay and Fireball. I also like Fireball. Fireball in apple juice or apple cider is the perfect winter drink, let me tell ya. It's so good. I'm a wine girl. I like my Stella Rosa. Blackberry, green apple is my absolute favorite. And our brother-in-law, who is also Steve, but it's Steven with the PH, his dad makes wine, and last year actually made me some green apple. So with like Granny Smith apples, and it was freaking delicious. So I will likely be taking him some Granny Smith apples in the fall and saying, please sir, can I have some more? Oh, see, I love tequila. He likes tequila. This is probably TMI, but tequila tends to make my clothes fall off. So he likes it. But no, I think it's going to be fun. We're definitely going to have to go live. We'll show you all of our bead spoils from Bead Fest. And just have fun and talk and laugh and just be girls. We can just like... I'm only thinking of this reference because of something else, which I'll explain in a second. But we can be the Beady Golden Girls, okay? Like, and I'm only bringing that up because I went down the Fisher Price Little People rabbit hole on Amazon. You guys, they have Will and Grace Little People. They have The Office Little People. They have Schitt's Creek. They have Breaking Bad. What toddlers need to play with Breaking Bad? Just saying. They had a Golden Girls set. They have Seinfeld. They have Saved by the Bell. And then they also have movies. And they had Goonies, which is my favorite. And of course, she's going to get it because it's going to be great. I don't think they have a Grace and Frankie. Oh, go make yourself one, Lynn. You don't have to babysit the steak anymore, right? You're good. You're off duty. You're not babysitting anymore, right? You weren't on earlier. Her husband made another stop after they went to the grocery store, but his steak was in the car, so she had to stay in the car with it to make sure it didn't go bad while he ran another errand. But yes. But I just couldn't believe some of the things they had. We're excited because Little People came out with a Barbie line for more age-appropriate play, which I'm very thankful for, because I don't think the first Barbie introduction should be what Barbie looks like now. But the one that my daughter got, it's a whole bunch of different professions, and all different races. One of them has vitiligo on the face. Asian, Black, Hispanic, all the world. It's the way it is, like. And so I'm excited. So then I went looking for stuff on there, and that's when I started like going, oops, did I mess up? No, I didn't. I'm just not holding this straight. So I thought that was cool. My kids had like so many Little Peoples, and they had Super Mario ones too, with like little worlds where you actually like jump up and it makes a little noise. They have a Barbie Dream Camper, which has songs in 4 languages: English, Spanish, French, and Brazilian Portuguese was the other one, which I also thought was really cool. But yes, exactly, a regular person size, exactly. Yep, the baby is sitting in the fridge. She's gonna go make that mudslide. Go for it. That's what this is all about. I love imagining like all of you guys sitting there laughing like I do. Maybe beading, maybe not. Maybe it's late and you're like, I'm done for the night. But it's nice. I love our community. We don't judge. We let people be people. Because it's not our job anyways. So. Okay. You know your girl. Oh, I'm not back down on the mat. Sorry about that. Okay, Little People. Here, I'll show you. Oh yeah, they have the Simpsons too. Okay, so they're like little plastic toys, but the bottom of all of them are the same way, so that when, look at, I'm not kidding. Oh yeah, Doctor Who, Wednesday, wait, what is that one? Stranger Things. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Will and Grace. Collector the Boys Special Edition. I don't know what that is. Lost. Parks and Recreation. Seinfeld. Star Trek. Just like Office, like all of them. But I want to show, where's this? They have the Big Bang Theory. Look. They're funny. And I couldn't believe that they had it. Hold on, I want to go to the collections because I want to show you the Goonies one because it's great. Movie. Search. Oh, I didn't put it in right. No, go down to the collections. There's so many, but you can see they all kind of like look, the bottom of them are all the same. So then when you get like these little play things that go, all of them will fit in that swing, and they can swing, and you can like walk up, and it does, like this was, oh, I'll show you because the Mario one will be the easiest. So, like, here's all the Super Mario ones, and then you get the little, like, playhouse, and it's like you're playing Super Mario's, but it's just for little kids. They're made to fit in little kids' hands better, and all of that kind of stuff. Collections. I have to show you the Goonies one because it's adorable and I love the Goonies. What the heck? It was just on here. Here it is. I'm getting back to it. Hold on. I just want to show oh, they have a Hocus Pocus. Look. That's great. Okay, I'll get back to it. They're just so funny. Oh, I didn't see this one earlier. So cool. So that's what they are. They're little baby toys. They're made to fit in their hands properly and all of that stuff so that they can play with them longer. Alright, let's see. What copper chain do I have right here? I hope these aren't all a bunch of little leftover bits, and it looks like they are. Well, these are way too thin. I have other copper. Here we go. Whoa. Just gonna use this copper chain. Gonna grab my copper current tubes. But yes. I just like that they finally did something with Barbie. Because I don't think we need to start any earlier of an impression that that's the way you should look. So, that makes this Gigi happy. That's all. Alrighty then. I think I'm going to go one clear and then one of the dark one, and then the crimp will be like the other copper line bead at the end, so that it's not such a draft, like it doesn't, it fits the rest of the necklace. If I can get any time to cut the nails too. They're getting a little bit too long. I got a jump ring stuck under one of them earlier. Can you please just go on? Thank you. Goodness gracious. There we go. Okay, grab my curve tube. I gotta decide how long the chain needs to be. I just dropped my curve. That's okay though. So it's about 6, 12. So I'm going to do 7 inches of chain on either side, because that would be 14 plus 12. No, that would be 26. I'm going to do 5 inches of chain on either side. That'll get it to about 20 inches, which will be perfect. Because this kind of necklace either needs to sit where it hits right across your chest, like up here, or it needs to be long and like what I like to call sweater necklaces that because sweaters that don't have V necks are when I like to wear longer, chunkier necklaces. Okay, cut right there. Good to go. Get my curve tube back. I like to direct connect my chain, because if I had to swap the chain out for any reason, I can always cut the chain off and then attach whatever else I'm going to use using a jump ring. So that's the way I prefer to do it. I need a little bit of a helper strand. Just to make my little crimp bead a little bit chunkier. This is not mandatory. You don't have to do it. I'm not even going to say it's the right way to do it. I'm going to say it's the right way for me. This is what I have found works best for me. And that's what I encourage all of you guys that are just starting out or whatever. If there's a technique you're wanting to learn, go and watch at least 3 people demonstrate that technique, because we all learn differently and we all teach differently. So how somebody else might explain it can turn the light bulb on for you, and you could be like, oh, that's what they meant. And it's fun to learn a new technique. And like, I'll use Beth as an example. She wanted to know how to do a herringbone wrap, and she asked Randy, Rosanna, and I, and so in a week's time we all did it. Let this slide down. Come on. And in the end, she took a little bit away from everybody and does it her own way. And she does beautiful herringbone wraps. So that's why you'll never hear me say that this is the only way to do something, because I don't believe that. Just like I'm sure some of the techniques or whatever that I do have been done before. You know, my daughter's favorite saying is life is supposed to be adaptation by necessity. Oops, I forgot to put my train on. Meaning that we figure out what works best for us when we need to, and when we need to change it, we can do so, because that's the best part of life and basically what we're all doing on this earth at any one time. We're all adapting from the time we're infants. So, okay, got that in. Grab my magical crimper again. And it just keeps spinning. Everywhere I turn it to crunch it. There we go. You can have a very ugly crimp and it can still be turned around. That's what I learned I was doing wrong. I was giving up when I was like, oh, that crimp just looks horrible. Nope, I saw Becky on a live with Rachel, and she showed an ugly crimp and then showed just continuing to go around it, fixed it. So, alright, there we go. Grab me some jump rings. These are all the same size. They are indeed. But, yeah, these are way too thin. I have some closed jump rings that I should have, that I prefer to use whenever I have them, but it's okay. I will just make one. Then I can make it whatever size and gauge I want it to be, which is generally 18. I prefer an 18 gauge jump ring. So I'm going to grab my 6-step bell making pliers, and for the one I'm going to use to attach my clasp, I'm just going to use the first barrel of my mandrel, and then I'm going to cut that off, leaving the flush side on my coil. And then I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to cut the opposite way. And there's one jump ring. I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to, sorry, my hands are shaking. Cut that end flush. Turn it around. There's my second jump ring. I'm going to cut this last one flush. Turn it around and do so on the other end, and I end up with 3 small jump rings. Now for the clasp side of things, I'm just going to go down the mandrel, starting by cutting this flush. I'm going to go to the 3rd step for the clasp, although I could have done my other clasp thing that I do, but okay, so that end is flush, so we can just turn around and cut the first one. And if you are cutting a whole bunch of jump rings, Linda and Samantha both have videos, Rosanna may as well, of how to like do a whole coil of them. I've shown, but I'm just not going to show tonight because I still want to do earrings and a bracelet, which shouldn't take long. We'd already be there if I wouldn't have dragged you down the little people rabbit hole with me. Put that one on that side because this is the clasp. I'm first gonna like marry up the ends and then I'm gonna stick it in the little box joint of my pliers, and I'm not squishing hard. I'm just dropping it in there and just work hardening it. I'm not trying to flatten it or anything like that. I'm just wanting to make it a little stronger since that's what will be holding the necklace on to whomever gets this necklace. Which is a good time to say, unless stated otherwise, everything that I make is available for purchase. Just reach out. Vanilla sugar and sugar-free caramel, no chocolate here. Oh. Sounds yummy. Yes, you don't want to like He-Man it, Hercules it, whatever, however you want to say it. But yes. Sorry, did I miss? I'm still looking for double-sided flush cutters. Yes, I will send them to you. I will send you the link. You have a short on how to use magic crimpers. Yes, I've shown it many times. I just wasn't going to go through it again today, but I can. I'm sorry, Michelle, that I missed things. Just bought a magic crimper. Okay, when I do my bracelet, I will slow it down and I will go through and I will show it step by step. I'm sorry. I sometimes forget that everybody's at different points of their jewelry journey, which is a beautiful thing. That's why we do what we do. We do it. I mean, we love our regulars, but it's very satisfying to teach somebody a skill that they previously couldn't do or whatever the case may be, and they get it. And I love those phone calls and messages and pictures where they're like, I did it, look. And some of them say, I didn't do it exactly like you did it. I did it. And I'm like, that's great. You got to do it however works for you. So, how about good old 7/7s? What is the... Oh. You love chocolate, but the sugar-free tastes like... Yeah, I don't like sugar-free chocolate either. Okay, so now we're going to go on to the bracelet. And I was thinking that instead of... Because since we used the cherry quartz as the focal in the necklace, that we would swap out and go to using this leopard skin jasper tube bead. I don't know why I pushed all of my seed beads away, because I'm going to use those again. Only we will make the darker color the dominant color this time rather than the clear copper lined ones. We're going to go and we're going to swap it out and we're going to go to this. But first, I want to put a bead cap on the other side of that. I have these like little bumpy spacers. They're not exactly bead caps, but it'll just complete the center. And I'm going to put an extra seed beads because these have large holes. So we've got the seed beads will fall inside of them, I think. Yes. Okay, so now that I have one in there to kind of plug up that hole, that's the only time I'm going to use those, so we'll be okay. Oh my goodness gracious. I do not know what is it. Oh, okay. So now we can put the. Why would none of these just like clip? They're not giving me that like satisfying click noise. Where are the ones Rosanna gave me? Right here. There we go. That's the noise I wanted to hear. I do not understand what is going on with my cutters right now. There we go. Good thing I have a gazillion cutters. And they're still gonna jump away from me. This is why I need the little foamy bead mat, but I'm working on it. I also am we're building me a little beading tray that'll come in, that'll be really pretty. Okay, now which of the strawberry quartz? I think I want to use the 6mm ones like this. I also have them in a little bit darker color though. What do you guys think? The lighter or the darker strawberry quartz to go with the leopard skin jasper little focal we have? No, only the 2x2 crimp tubes, and I'll tell you, the magical crimper is made by Beadsmith, but their crimps that come with it, I don't even use them to flat crimp things, and I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful or anything, I'm just saying. I use Beadalon crimps, 2x2 crimp beads. I have used Softlex and they are good, but they're expensive, so I don't use those anymore to the point that I gave them to, I gave them all of the ones that I had to Rosanna. Okay, we're going to go with the darker. We have to put one on inside that little bead cap, and then for our pattern, and when I'm not on camera, I will very likely be making other bracelets and some earrings, because I see a beaded teardrop pendant earring, kind of like a teardrop earring. But that's going to require me to pick up a bunch of seed beads. And we can see how well that's going tonight. So, I will do a simple, probably just a simple drop earring tonight. But, like I said. And then which... let's see here. The rice beads or the tube beads? Probably the tube beads, Heather, considering you're using a tube bead as your focal. That would have been a given for anyone else. I don't know why I didn't think of that. And then I'm just going to continue the pattern of the darker, deeper. It's like a deeper copper. It's the color I like best and will sometimes seal my copper jewelry when they get to this like darker brown color because I really like it. So... And I just love seeing all the glitter, like, suspended. I know it's not glitter, but I imagine that this is the stuff that, like, inspired things like glitter and whatnot. This and faceted gemstones and, you know, all the good things. We'll just keep going. Yeah, 2x2, they do break and they don't go. All right, Susie. Well, I'm gonna walk through it, so I will. Hi, Heather. Ooh, please share. I know right now is the men's jewelry channel, but you guys can post any of your jewelry to the community tab. Obviously, for entry in to the design challenge, you need to do a men's design, but you can still post other stuff. I will go and I'll take a screenshot at the last entry on Father's Day with a screenshot. So, I mean, I don't think anybody's gonna say that I let somebody's entry go in. Like, that's not how our community rolls, but and even if you're new to our community, or maybe you just happen to stop in, even if you don't like me, if you enter and win, you will get the prize because it's open to the general public. So it doesn't matter. I would like you to be a subscriber, but I'm not requiring it. I'm more like loosey-goosey with that kind of stuff. It doesn't bother me. I believe that there's room for all of us and that we already have to compete with men and we shouldn't really be competing with each other. That's why, like, I just want it to be a community decision who wins the prize and it not be me who has to decide. Because I would want to send to everybody, and that's not financially possible for me, but I'd still try. And you can enter as many times as you want. It just obviously needs to be a different design each time. Okay. BC beads are getting on my last nerve. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm much better at this when I have my music blaring. And I'm not, like, being stuff, but, yes, enter them separately. Don't pop them all on one window because then, you don't get, like, if you put 3 in one posting, that's one entry, so please go ahead and do as many as you would like. And if you are posting your pictures other places, or if you have a channel and you are doing men's designs on the channel. If you would not mind using this hashtag, hashtag 2026 Men's Jewelry Design Challenge, that way others who are participating can search for that hashtag and get further inspiration. I know that Rosanna has done several designs on her channel. Beth, can you drop a link to her channel, please? If anybody else has, let us know so we can pop yours up as well. I'm going to take this off now because it always gets in the way. But that's the hashtag. That's weird. You must have tried to log on in another way, but you can do it on your other. You can still comment on. You can still drop links in the comments though, but I think you have to be on your other. Your other account. I could be wrong, but I think you have to be on your other account. Okay. Babe, if you're watching, will you please come grab me a bracelet mandrel? I meant to find mine before I started and I forgot. I think that's coming together nicely. It could even be a little necklace if you wanted. Just a simple, short little necklace. If you did not watch my unboxing from my spoils from Bernie's, look at these turquoise. They're Egyptian turquoise. They're much darker colored than that. I don't know why the color is looking like... Oh, my overhead light's on, that's why. They're absolutely beautiful. They're like the perfect turquoise blue. He only has 8 other strands, but is trying to get more. They are spendy, but you had a good first sale and you want some, or you succeeded somewhere else in life, or maybe you just want to treat yourself. Let me know. I can get you the price. Those are $100 strand of turquoise. So they're not a cheap date, but they're absolutely stunning. Thank you, love. Appreciate you. You're not gonna say hi to the girls?
I had to get dressed to come in here.
Oh, that's why he's grumpy. Steve is very much Terry Bradshaw in Failure to Launch. If you know, you know what I mean. Get on my needle. Thank you. Okay. Oh, good. The seed beads didn't fall off. Just the big bead, which is good. I'm gonna pull my mandrel down. I need to move all of these because they're taking up most of my camera space and it's annoying. Okay. Let's see where I am at with this. Oh yeah, it's long enough. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I gotta go. Let me take... I'm going to just take off this one, put the strawberry quartz on the other side, and see where we're at, and then I will crimp and I will show how to use the magical crimper for you. Ladies that are new to the magical crimper, and I will just tell you, I have cut a crimp off, a crimp where I use the magical crimper, and I have cut a crimp off that was crimped the traditional way. The impressions on the wire itself were exactly the same. So there are purists out there that are going to tell you that you should not use the magical crimper because it damages the wire, and every time you compress it, it gets worse and worse. If you're not Herculesing it and you're just pressing it until there's no more feedback isn't the word, but resistance, and there's no more resistance, you're good to go. Okay, I don't want seed beads at the end of this. I guess I want one of the dark ones, and then the copper one can be the... Okay, so now I need a crimpy. Like so. Just going to pull that off. I'm going to grab, I don't know why I didn't grab out for when I pulled up the ones for the necklace. Okay, so you don't have to do it my way. This is the way I do it. Not everybody does it this way. Like, I like to have the little helper strand. You don't have to have one. You can still do a magical crimp without it. I like it. I think it makes the bead rounder, and I don't have to compress the crimpers as many times when I use a helper strand, because obviously there's more weight in the middle. Okay, so you're just going to put your you're going to put your crimp on. I'm going to put on a closed jump ring as part of my clasp. Then I'm going to go back through the wire like so. I like to leave about between 1/8 and 1/4 inch left. I like to pull my loops smaller. That, again, is my personal preference. It's not required. Then I'm going to stick my helper strand back in. If you're having a hard time getting your helper strand into the crimp tube, it's likely because your wires are crossed inside there. So simply uncrossing the wire will allow you to do it. Then you're going to grab your magical crimper, which has a concavity on the inside. You need to have your crimp tube in there, in the center, when you crimp. If you do not, you're going to get some sharp bits on either the bottom or the top, whichever is not centered. You're going to crimp. Not hard, it's not necessary. Turn and crimp again. And you're just going to, like I said, make sure that it's centered within that little opening, and just work your way around the crimp, going like halfway each time. Like going from east and west to north and south is what I'm trying to say. And then you just stop when you no longer feel any kind of resistance, and you end up with a little crimp bead on the end. Then you're just going to cut off any excess on the bottom and on the top. When I cut off any wire left over on the top, or if you leave more wire on the bottom, I like to tug as I'm cutting so I know I'm getting as close to that wire as possible. I'm going to show this all again. Any questions? Yes, exactly. Yes. Old Blue Eyes. We'll refer to him, right? That is, I'm sure you guys all know. I was about to. I'm sure you all know who Frank Sinatra is and the fact that he was called Old Blue Eyes. I love me some Frank Sinatra. He is an amazing, amazing person. His musical catalog is so vast. There are so many songs. Where is my little lobster? I'm going to use a small one for time's sake. It does work. Okay. I have my crimp on. I'm going to put my lobster clasp on. I'm going to try to. I'm going to come back down. And I'm going to go through my crimp again. Now, you do not have to direct crimp like I just did. In fact, I'd recommend that you not direct crimp until you've mastered it a little bit more, because it can get a little fiddly trying to use the, like, turning around it with a clasp or a jump ring on it. But again, that's completely up to you and what works best for you. That's just my recommendation for when you're first starting out. Also, anytime you have a little crimp bead or like a little seed bead, put your nail in between it just so you can do it. You also want to make sure that you can bend your bracelet and it doesn't immediately spring back out, to make sure that you're not crimping too tight. Oops, I almost wrapped my helper stranded. There we go. It got stuck on the seed bead. I'm going to watch out. And then I'm going to come in, I'm going to center it, and I'm going to crimp. I'm going to turn it, I'm going to crimp. I'm going to turn it again, I'm going to crimp, turn it again, and crimp. I don't feel any resistance left when I crimp, and my crimp looks very nice. Again, I'm going to pull both of these tight when I go to cut off, just to make sure that I'm as close to the crimp as possible. And there's our bracelet. We're going to slide it onto the bracelet mandrel, and it is right at 7 inches. So, if you are having trouble getting your bracelets to fit properly, I do sell these, but it's not mandatory. This is what I'm going to tell you. A bracelet is not sized by the length of the bracelet. That has very little to do with it. What it is the inner diameter of your bracelet. Because if you think about it, when you string these on, half of every bead that you place on your beading wire is on, half of it is on the inside, taking up space up against your wrist. So the bracelet mandrel really helps, and you can get one wherever you deem fit to spend your money. I have them for $15 in this color, sand, and onyx, which is just black. And when I was designing this, I wanted it so that the bracelet would slide down. There are other mandrels that have like steps to them, and my bracelets always got stuck on those, and so I wasn't always able to see like perfectly which it was. So put it on. The measurements are all on here. On my personal one, it's black, and I took pink acrylic paint and I painted over the numbers and then wiped right back off. So all of my numbers are pink so you can see them better. But it's the easiest, quickest way to size a bracelet. So if you would like one, let me know. Okay, simple, easy peasy drops, guys, for the earrings. We're going to grab one of these. We're going to grab, oh, those are the pebbles. We don't want the pebbles. We want the 6mm ones. So we are just going to take, let's see here. Do I want to, yeah. I'm going to wire wrap each piece, but this is going to be our earring. Really quick and easy drop earring, not difficult at all. I'm going to grab my 20 gauge copper wire, which is right here. Okay, so I'm going to cut little 2.5 inch sections, if that, of wire. I'm going to need 3 for each earring. One, two, three, four, 5, and one more. We have our wires. I'm simply going to come in and put them all at the same length. I'm going to grab my flat nose pliers. I'm going to go to the place where I want the bend, and I'm going to bend them all at the exact same time. It makes it much faster. Then I'm going to grab, I want smaller loops than the first step of the 6-step bail making plier. So I'm going to use my micro pliers, and I'm just going to go in about 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to go up, across, and down. Turn my pliers so it is parallel with my mat and pull it back. Then I do what I call my hybrid loop. I only grab this wire and wrap back around just to where the loop starts. It is just as strong as a triple wrapped loop. Now, I'm going to go and do all of the loops at one time. And then I'll come back and trim them because it's faster to do it assembly line style. See, I can't pick up seed beads off the mat, but I can wrap very quickly. We all have our talents, our strengths, and our weaknesses. But this is mine. I can wire wrap very quickly. Well, simple wire wrapping, though I did join hard wired and forgot to go on both days this week. So now I'm going to go in and I'm going to clip. I'm going to grab whichever bead it is that needs to go on. We're going to start with the strawberry quartz. So we'll do that first, and I'm just going to do the bend. Grab my cutters, cut the next one off. I'm going to grab those two for these. I'm going to bend my wire where it exits my plier. This one I already clipped. It didn't put a bead on it, so I'll go ahead and put that there. Did I not pull? Oh, it's up there. I was like, I know I pulled 2 of each bead, but it rolled up top. And then we will just do the other wrap loops, but I am going to join as I go. If you want a longer, more dramatic earring by, oh, what am I doing? These ones have to be on head pins of some sort, because there's nothing coming after this. It's alright. I forgot. Now I get to show you how I make my own head pins. And the little bit of variation I've done since the last time I showed this to all of you. So, I need to grab 2 more lengths of wire. So, all I do is take my flat nose pliers and I go to the very tip of the wire and I bend it over like so. Then I used to just say to go to the very first little divot of your crimping pliers and close it that way, because this is much easier to close it than it is to do so with your pliers. But I recently found that if I leave that little bit of a curve sticking up, yes, the wire just skipped, but if I cut it right there, oops, didn't quite get all of it. There we go. I end up with more of the like shape of a head pin. You can also do knotted head pins, or if you have regular pins in your stash at home, by all means do it. I taught myself how to do these things out of necessity. I didn't have enough of something one time, so I figured this out. And then I started doing it myself all the time, because I don't like sitting there trying to find wire for, or like findings that match my craft wire or whatever else, because everything is different colors. Antique bronze and antique brass are sometimes more interchangeable. They look exactly the same, even though true antique bronze looks nothing like what antique brass does. It's a beautiful deep brown color. It's even deeper brown than this, because this still has kind of a sheen, like almost a green, whereas true oh my gosh, Heather, talk. I need to do all of these holes. I'm sorry, it's getting late, and my Durkums gets bad this time of night. So, I'm just going to wrap these up, both of them, and then, because I will direct connect my, my hook to the loop up top, and then obviously the middle one can be there. So all the other ones, when I make the tube, I'll connect the tube to the hole. This one's going to be a little bit more tricky to wrap because it's flat, but you can always go in and fix your loop afterwards. Like, I like to kind of pull it tight, or if you don't like the way your loop looks after you've wrapped it, if you don't have something else put in it, you can always put in your pliers and just kind of go back and forth applying pressure, and it will go back to the round shape. Now, obviously, I can't go into it after it's looped when I'm doing a direct connect, but if you're not, then you're good to go. I need my thinner pliers for this part. Oh, I could have used my crimping pliers because they got itty bitty. And I have done a video where I show just how strong this single wrapped loop is. I literally attached it to another piece of wire that had the triple loop to it, and it once I got to 24 gauge, the loop started to get like it wasn't a loop anymore, it became an oval, but still worked. But it did not come undone. Now, once you get to 26, it's gonna come undone. Just, I wouldn't, but then again, I wouldn't simple loop anything. Uh-oh. I got my other component stuck under my wrap. There we go. Now I can cut it off. But knowing how to make your own wire components gives you a lot of freedom when it comes to designing, because you don't have to worry about whether or not your metals are going to match or this or that, and it doesn't work. So, I'm sorry. I'm getting to the end of my wire. So, I generally just like go high speed. But that's where my morning tutorials and my recorded videos come in, because you can go back and watch those, which I generally go a lot slower than I am tonight. Okay, there we go. We're gonna make the loop of our last little component, and then I will show you how I make my 5-second ear wires that are going to be the same size every single time you make it. If you have a 6-step L making plier and a 45 millimeter, piece of wire. You can, well, 2, if you're making 2 ear wires, obviously. But again, this will show you that you can make your own. But also know I don't make all of my clasps or ear wires. Mostly because I like to use plated findings when it's something that's, you know, in most of my stuff. But I can do it when it's necessary. Okay, so let me get all of this wire scraps out of the way so I can show you. I can grab my ruler. I know I used it during this video because I measured the length of the necklace. Okay, I will grab my other one. I have like 5 rulers, but there's only one hanging up. Okay, so I'm going to grab, I use 20 gauge for ear wires. If you have more sensitive ears or smaller holes, by all means go down to 22. You can pretty much use the same measurement. So I'm just going to come to the 4.5 millimeter mark right there, and I'm going to cut. And then I'm going to use this to cut the other side. Then I'm going to match them up. This one needs to be cut flush, which is just a little itty bitty cut. These ones are both already flush. Okay, so we're going to make sure that they're 4.5 centimeters. Now that I've cut them, this one ended up a smidge over. So did that one. So it's okay. They're the same size. This will give you more of a step if you like it. So then, like I said, you're going to grab your 6-step bail making pliers, and you're going to start by using step 1. You're going to come till you cannot feel the wire in between the first 2. And you're just going to bend this back until it touches the wire behind it. Then you're going to simply put it between the 5th and 6th step. This is where you can decide. If you like a smaller loop to your earring, by all means, go ahead and do it around the 5th step. You just need to point this loop away from the mandrel you're going to wrap around. And then you're just going to pull this around until it touches your loop. And you're going to put it down. You're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Come around till it touches. Pull it off the mandrel. Go right here. Go up and around until it touches the loop. And you will have 2 identical ear wires anytime you do this. Now, as far as the kick goes, that's completely up to you. When I'm making earrings for myself personally, I don't like a kick at all. I have crooked ears. It makes it hard to get earrings in my ears, and it's just a mess. But I'll tell you to find a pair of pliers where the measurement is the size of the kick you want. And again, just go to the edge, and even after you make your little kick, they will still be identical. And then you're going to want to take a nail file, or I have a beadle-on bead reamer that I only ever use to file my edges but a good old nail file does the trick as well. You just need to sand it down a little bit. I don't see where mine is. You just want to sand it down until it's not rough anymore. If you use quality eye pins, you won't have to worry about it. Now, if you wanted these to go a little bit more decorative, then you're gonna cut it at 5 centimeters. Use my double flush cutters so I don't have to worry about the ends being flush. Although this one didn't start flush, but that's okay. Okay. And the only difference to this entire process is the fact that you're going to make the little like you're going to mimic the ball head pin. So you're going to come in and you're going to squeeze that. Till it's the same. You're going to cut off the excess. That you don't need. And then you're just going to go through the same steps that you did on the other ear wires, only this time you're going to have the same like look that you would have when you use a ball head pin, which I'll show you in just a minute. And then you come down to the end, wrap it up and around, grab your flat nose pliers and do the kick. And then you have the extra little detail right there at the very end. And they're quick and easy. They come together very simply. Then you can just open the loop. Put your component on, close that loop. You can also work hard in this. I sometimes do that. You can hammer it. I tend to use the box joint of my 6-step bail making pliers to kind of work hard in those, but I just did it with these tonight. But you can also just pull out your bench block and your mallet and hammer that before you get started. I don't see any of my bails, so we'll just flip up real quick. Well, let me show you the bracelet. There's the earrings. Just simple drop earrings, but it brings continuity with the colors that we used in our bracelet and our necklace that I know I made but don't see where I put it once I was done. Are you kidding me right now? One of the things that Durkheim's causes is it sometimes causes a disconnect between the rest of my body and my brain. So I can be staring at exactly what I'm looking for and not see it. And the later it gets at night, the worse it gets. How do I not know? Oh, it's right here. Thank you. I found it. So, there's the necklace. Here's the bracelet. And there's the earrings that we made. My very first collar necklace. I'm going to put it on to see if it's too long or if I need more chain. Or if I got it just right. I'm probably going to take like an inch off of each side of the chain just to bring it up more like there, because that's the length I would want it, otherwise known in my universe as Becky length, because that's the length she likes the majority of her necklaces to be. But hi Wanda, how are you? I love seeing a new face. So happy to have you. Who do you really miss? Oh yeah, Wendy. I unfortunately did not know about her until after she had passed, but I have watched and her videos and fallen in love with her after the fact. It's just been, yeah, it's just been a thing. I am doing a men's challenge. I missed that. Aw, yes, my, welcome Barbara. I'm happy that you are here. Yes. One of my first teachers was Kelly Sutton from Kelly's Bead Boutique. That's where I translated a lot of my macrame skills into my jewelry that I make. And last year, after hearing over and over and over and over again that making men's jewelry is so hard, I don't know what to make, I did a 28-day challenge, 28 days leading up to Father's Day, where I made at least one new men's design every single day, and I recorded a video. There is a playlist. I will tell you, day 28 went missing. I don't know where it went. It's gone. But all the other days are there, and most of them have multiple designs, as does this year's. I did cut my challenge this year from 4 weeks down to 3 weeks, but again, I am still doing at least one new design every single day. I combined the last 2 days together because I just needed to, and I've done, you'll see when I show you these. These are what I did earlier. I did this bracelet with these wire wrapped links. Just very simple. I then did the same thing but larger and did not make a bracelet bar. I just made this, and I told a story about how a lady walked up and really liked this at my local bead shop, asked me how I made it. I said, I have a video. Would you like me to show you my channel? She said, yes, please. Walked away, finished her shopping, and then came over and said, I'm going to watch the video, but can I buy that bracelet from you for $40? And I was like, yes, 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 ma'am, you can. So this is the second of the 3 bracelets that I made earlier. And then I did another wrapped loop bracelet, but I made links out of leather using a barrel knot, but I only wrap around twice, not 3 times. And then I just joined them together with oval jump rings in between. So these were the 3 pieces that I did today. Obviously, this is one skill. This is another skill, so that's, but they're both wrapped links, so I put those together. I have done several new pieces, and there are so many days that just works really well. So, yes, she was, and yes, she is great. Linda is a friend of this channel and a member of our community, and I appreciate her greatly. I am doing a giveaway this year, revolving around my men's challenge. All you need to do is make a men's design, take a picture of it, and upload it on the community tab of my YouTube channel. And, hold on, I'm going to do something real quick because she's not mentioning it. But Miss Beth also has a channel. She's just getting started. Beth, some of your videos aren't showing up, and I know why. We need to go over that. But that is her page. And then, why did booking... What the heck? This is another great teacher. She is on maternity leave right now, but has a plethora of videos. And that is Randy at Thunder Horse Descendants. And then there's also... This is Rosanna's channel. She is good. Let's see. There are a whole bunch of other people. We also have a Facebook group. You can go down below to see the link on how to get there in the description box. You just go in. There will be some membership questions you have to answer. They are typed out answers, and we do that to keep it safe so that there's not scammers, anything. Now, number one rule, be kind and courteous and respectful to everybody. That's all we ask. You can post your Etsy page, your website, your YouTube channel, your Facebook page, your Instagram. You can even post your pieces of jewelry for sale within that group. The only rule is that once the discussion of money changing hands happens, that needs to happen outside of the group, so there is no confusion that the Beading Besties community is responsible in any way for the sale, because we're not. We don't have post approval. We welcome you to share your info whenever, wherever you want to. You will not get in trouble for doing so. We've had our channel for almost a year and a half now, and the only thing the admin team has had to do is approve new members. I cannot believe that I almost forgot. Oh my gosh. There's also the great sister duo, Becky and Jenny, and you should check them out as well. I thought of it because Beth, Rosanna, Becky, and Jenny are all on the admin team for that group. While it's named after my Sunday show, Beading Besties, it does not belong to me. It belongs to the community. So, yeah, I appreciate that, Beth. I just wanted to put the links up really quick. It makes it a little bit easier to go and find them. But they're all great. They're all great. I'm very blessed to have them in my life. I love them. I love our community. Some of us within the community have a larger following than others. I'm okay with that because, quality over quantity is good for me. Back to the giveaway. All you have to do is create a men's design and post a picture in the community tab on this YouTube channel. Up until 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then voting will continue through June 30th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The post with the most likes at that point win the giveaway. The giveaway prize is a bunch of leather from Leather Cord USA, which is my go-to leather for any kind of leather needs that I may have. They, in my opinion, and many others, have the best hands down quality leather that there is. So you will get in the natural gray, you will get 1 millimeter, 1.5 millimeter, 2 millimeter, and 3 millimeter 2-meter bundles of those. You will also get 2-meter bundles of black, natural dark brown, natural reddish brown, and I think that's all. You get 2 meters of all of those. And then there will also be some braided leather within as well. That's a 2-meter section of it. Then I will also be sending findings for all of those sizes, whether they be cord ends, glue clasps, whatever. Those will all be part of it as well. I love wire wrapping as well, Wanda. Does she know Linda? I think, if not, I will go and get her link. Or Samantha Latimer is another great wire wrapper, very relaxed, no muss, no fuss kind of girl. You take her as she is, because that's all there is for her, which is amazing, and I love it. And the way she goes about on her channel is kind of how I do mine. I don't edit. I don't know how. I have Derkham's disease. There are too many steps in the process for me to be able to grasp them and remember how to do them. So even when I do a recorded video, I do it as if I was live. When I'm done recording, I hit stop recording and I upload that onto YouTube. So I don't have all the fancy bells and whistles, but I'm here at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Times on Wednesday night and Sunday nights, and then at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Monday and Friday mornings regularly. I have been going live almost every day during the challenge because it's just easier, and I can also answer questions as I go. But I'm very happy to have you here. I hope that you enjoyed the video so much that you will want to hit that subscribe button and change the notification bell to all. I saw that Beth said the likes went up earlier. So if you have not done so, I would love it if you would hit the like button before going on with the rest of your evening. I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your evening. And okay, good. You know who Samantha is. That's great. Yes. And yeah, Rosanna is great. Her and I together came up with a design for my granddaughter's, for sun catcher for my granddaughter. It's still right here. We're going to California and she'll get it next week. I'm so excited to show it to her. But Rosanna took my idea and ran with it. We would stop and like look at things in different ways. All of these purple ones are flowers. These are all bell flowers. I wanted it to be a fairy garden because there's a little fairy sitting on a moon up here. My husband bought this shortly after we found out that we were having a granddaughter. And so I was very happy that I got to put it in this kind of a piece that will transcend any one age. This will grow with her because it's not like babyish or whatever else. I feel that this is a heritage piece. And I know that Rosanna put all of her love in the world into this. She is amazing at sun catchers. She's done several this summer, and she also makes amazing earrings as well as everything else. But well, today's premise was just me taking beads from last month's bargain bead box and pairing them with this month's bargain bead box to come up with a cohesive design. I had a lot of fun doing it with all of you guys. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you guys all again tomorrow morning, preferably. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening, as always. And until next time, happy beading.